the afterbirth it is only available for few hours after the lambing. Okay, so if two or more animals are lambing on that particular day, then this system is possible. Suppose you are having one lambing a day, so this method is not possible. But in the western countries, as already I have told you, number of animals will be lambing in a single day, so for them weight fostering is a very good method. Okay. Next is skinning of dead lamb. Suppose the mother has given one stillbirth. Okay. It is producing milk, but the milk is of no use. In this case, what we can do? We can take the skin of the dead lamb. We can cover the skin over another lamb. So the mother will think that yes, it is giving the typical smell. So it is my own lamb. Okay, so this is the method is the skinning of dead lamb, but it is a very heinous activity. You just simply imagine it has given one dead lamb, it has lambed one dead animal, and you are removing the skin. So sometimes it looks very inhuman. So it usually it is not practiced. Clear? Hello,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir.
Next is enclosure method. Okay, here you have to keep the mother along with the lamb in one enclosure for around 3 to 4 days, so you can expect some sort of maternal bond. In some cases, what we do, we try to emit one typical sound, just like is the barking of a dog, because it is the inherent nature of any mammalian female to protect the young one. ଧର ଗୋଟେ ବେବି ଗୋଟେ କାନ୍ଦୁଛି, suppose you are crossing the road, okay, one baby is crying, immediately the that that sound, it will be received by one female, and she will be very reactive, very responsive towards that sound. She will definitely try to inquire where the sound is coming from as compared to a male. That is why you know maternal instinct, there is no paternal instinct. Okay, in nature, in mammalian species, we are having maternal instinct. In some birds, yes, paternal instinct is there, but in mammalian species it is maternal instinct. Okay, so you will try to protect it. So in case of this, what we are doing, you are keeping the ewe along with the lamb. Okay, next you are emitting one sound, okay, one dog sound. Okay, so now the you will think that this lamb is in danger, so it will try to protect it. One, it will try to protect it, that may be initiation of maternal bond. So this is also another case. Clear? Hello,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir.
Next is head restraint method. In case of this, the head of the ewe will be restrained like this in a crate. This is known as posturing crate. Okay. Next, it is not able to see who is going to be going to suckle from it. Okay. So any animal can come and suckle. So obviously the lamb will be assisted by the handler, then it will suckle. But it is also very inhuman. It is very stressful, because you just imagine the you it has recently land, it is under tremendous stress, and you are fixing the head like this. So it is very inhuman, it is not a good practice. Clear? Any doubt up to this? Any doubt up to this?
No, sir.
Next is some critical points to be remembered in kid rearing. First, most susceptible age is first month. Majority of the kid mortality that occur during this first month to first 45 days. Okay, and only one solution: if milk feeding and colostrum feeding has been proper, everything is in line. Okay, so that thing you have to only check colostrum feeding and milk feeding. Okay, in addition to that, it is always wise to take care of the advanced pregnant animal or advanced pregnant mother. Okay, so during that time, it may be fed something extra like vitamin C, vitamin E, and selenium. So that will help in maintaining a better lactation performance in the subsequent lactation. Second thing, disease incidence will be very low in such animals. Okay, so you have to ensure the proper feeding and nourishment by the mother. Protection against cold, this is also another important thing. Already I have told a lot about this. The small ruminant, they are very susceptible to cold and winter condition. And last but not the least, hygienic shelter. So these are the critical points you have to remember when you are going for kid rearing. Okay. So this is one photograph from Punjab. This is the way they take care of their animals. of their mother you mark here. This is the female. Okay. So this is the way. This is just one photograph to convey you the message that how they are able to take care of their animals. Okay. Next is kid rearing practices. Okay. So in majority of India, as we are rearing the animals for meat purpose, not for milk purpose. So weaning is not a norm. Okay. So no weaning, it is usually the common thing in India. We don't wean the kid from the mother. Okay. Second one is you may wean the animal just after colostrum feeding, but after that milk should be fed artificially or should be fed manually. Okay, and it is also a good method. Okay, there is no problem at all in this method. Okay, but why to waste your labor? Why to waste your labor? Okay, third method is weaning after 2 to 3 weeks, because after 2 to 3 weeks the animal must have started nibbling. It must have taken some solid food. Okay, so in such condition you may go for weaning. Okay, so at this method, obviously the requirement of milk for such animals will be reduced because the animal has started taking something extra solid food. Lastly, which is the most common method, weaning after 60 to 90 days. Okay, so this is the most common method of weaning because one target is there. In case of small dominant, your target is there. Three kidding in 2 years. I think already I have discussed the importance of three kidding in 2 years. Three kiddings in 2 years. Have I
Yes,
discussed?
sir.
Hello. Okay. So three kiddings in 2 years. So if even you are winning the animal at 90 days, there is no problem. Okay. So these are the winning practices you have to follow. And getting three kiddings in 2 years, it is not that a big challenge. Usually, almost all the animals, if they are properly maintained, if there is no disease incidents, if the vitality of the reproduction efficiency of the male and female is optimum, then you can easily achieve this target of getting three kiddings in 2 years. This is the kids in a farm, how they are reared. They have started taking some solid material, creep feeding. This is creep feeding, and you mark all are kids only. This is only accessible by the kids. Okay, this is a multiple birth. So after doing all this, the next big thing is your identification. Okay, slowly we are moving. First, we have discussed management before kidding or parturition, management at the time of parturition, management of kid, next other miscellaneous management. So next is identification. So in case of small ruminant, three methods of identification are available for us. One is dyeing, second one is ear tagging, third one is ear tattooing. So this is the dyeing method. Simply you put one mark because each and every animal which has been born, which is there in your farm, should be properly identified. You should be able to know that animal A has given birth to animal C and D. Okay, like that. These records should be with you. Okay, so this is known as dyeing method. Of course, this is one temporary method of identification. Okay, so this is done like this. So for this purpose, you can use potassium permanganate, which is very cheap. Okay, you simply make a solution and put that mark on the animal's body. Okay, so this is one temporary method. It will last for 2 to 3 weeks time. Okay, so this is the method. But of course, this does not elicit any pain, so it is very preferable. But it is one temporary method. Next is ear tagging method. In case of hello, hello. I think Madam must have covered all these things in practical. Has she covered?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think you might have seen all these photographs also. ଦେଖିଛ ଏମିତି ଆଗରୁ? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
Sir,
ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଅଲଗା ଗୋଟେ ଦେଖେଇଥିଲେ ମାନେ
ଠିକ
ମାନେ ଅଲଗା
ଠିକ ଅଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି. Okay, so these are ear these are ear tagging method. Okay, in case of ear tags, mostly we are using polyurethane ear tag. This is known as polyurethane ear tag. Again, this is of two types. One is pre-printed, that means already it is printed. Second one is they are providing you one ink. It is indelible ink. Once it is written, it cannot be erased. You can put your own mark, but nowadays mostly we are preferring pre-printed. Okay, So here in case of ear tag, there are two parts. One is a male part, second one is a female part. Okay, this okay. And you have to fix these two parts in this applicator. Okay, this part will be here and this part will be somewhere like this. Okay, next you have to check where you have to go for tagging. Usually we check the ear area. Next you have to check that area which is not having any fan, and it should be towards the center of the ear. If it is towards the side, because the animals are eared in extensive condition, that may torn away. Okay, next you have to press it immediately. You have to press it immediately. Once it is pressed, it will be like this. Okay, it will be there forever. So what about the animals nowadays? They are insured. All the animals, they are to be ear tagged. Previously we used to use a brass ear tag. I will show you. Tomorrow, if you can remind me, I will show you. It is there in my chamber. I will show you. Today is holiday, so I am not having this thing now at home. So it is there in my chamber. Please remember. Please remind me. I will show you all this ear tag manually. Okay, directly I will show you. Okay. So this copper ear tag or this brass ear tag, they are not foolproof. Why they are not foolproof? It is simply, I can say it is simply like your jeans pant button. Okay, so they can get torn away easily. So it is not a that is why we have replaced this copper ear tag or this brass ear tag with this polyurethane ear tag. Okay, so once the animals are ear tagged, they will look somewhat like this. They will look somewhat like this. You see the ear tag method. This is how the animals are ear tagged. Next is ear tattooing method. Usually for small ruminant, ear tattooing method is not followed. Okay, but in calves, this is also one obsolete method. Nowadays, no farm is following this ear tattooing method. In case of ear tattooing method, it is the similar way how we are tattooing our our body. It is the similar. Here you mark we are having one tattooing forehead. There, such tattoos are there. Okay, so first you have to fix which tattoo number you want to give to a particular animal. Okay. Next you have to fix this number like this. Next you have to press it. And here you mark there are some projection needle like projections. So they will leave some puncture mark. Okay. So you have to rub tattooing ink. Tattooing ink are available in powder form or in solution form. If it is available in powder form, you have to make the solution. Okay. Next, you have to put this tattooing in. So these puncture marks, they will absorb this tattooing ink. Now this number will be visible. But the problem in case of tattooing method is that the readability. We are usually experiencing poor readability. You have to go near the animal to read the number. That is why this method is not good. Second thing, if the color of the animal is dark, usually this is not a good method of identification. Clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Next is the last part for today's class. What we are going to discuss: controlling lamb or kid mortality. This is very important for exam point of view. Okay. First thing, proper feeding of ewes and toads. That is very important. Already we have discussed a lot. Under this part is maintenance of body condition. Okay, body condition means what is the level of fat and muscle deposition on the animal. The mother should not be very weak, very thin, or it should not be very obese. In both the condition, you are inviting problems. Okay, suppose the mother is very thin. Okay, so you have to go for steaming up. So whenever you are going for steaming up, there should be gradual and steady gain. It is not drastical gain. Okay, sometimes the farmers they become over enthusiastic, and what they will do, they will give the best of the feed only. So in such condition, there will be drastic increase in the body condition, which is not a good sign. Okay, avoid overfeeding or over conditioning. That is very important. Okay, sometimes the farmer will say that I will give the best feed to my animal that will gain body weight like this, but such type of over conditioned animal or obese animal are predisposed to dystrophia condition. That means they will face difficulty in parturition. Next, gradual ascendance of condition. Already I have told you. Mineral blocks or salt leaks should be there. Already I have shown you in the video, and such type of mineral blocks should be there. When the dam will feel, yes, I am suffering from any deficiency, they will consume that thing. And this is a very unique thing these animals they are having. Next is hygienic shelter. When it is one intensive system of management, that means zero grazing system or stall feeding condition, the animal will spend 24 hours time in that particular shed. So obviously, your hygienic condition of that shed is very important. Okay, but it is always wise to shift your animal to a different shed 1 week before expected date of parturition. That shed is known as lambing box or lambing pen or kidding pen. Okay, and again, the hygienic condition of that particular box is also very important, particularly for E. coli. You could mark one thing that again and again I am telling you the name, I am taking the name of E. coli. Why E. coli? E. coli is one opportunistic bacteria. It is available in the surrounding. It is available in the environment. It is simply finding that opportunist time to enter into the body, and it can cause havoc in your farm. So at least this thing you have to take care. It is always wise to have a separate house or separate grazing field for advanced pregnant animals, so that they don't face any competition, because they will be very submissive during that time, and there won't be any disease transmission to this stock. Next, you have to protect your animal. You have to protect your animal against cold condition. So obviously, you have to provide some bedding material. Usually, we give gunny bag or straw as bedding material, and these bedding materials should be changed, replaced regularly. Okay, in no condition there should be overcrowding. Particularly in case of goats, overcrowding can be highly detrimental, because in case of overcrowding there is accumulation of ammonia, and such animals they are very much susceptible to ammonia toxicity. That thing you have to take care. Preventive vaccination, usually during early phase of pregnancy and advanced phase of pregnancy, we don't vaccinate the animal. There may be chances of abortion. So during mid phase, the animal may be vaccinated. Okay, and such vaccinated animals they also provide immunity to the newly born animal at birth. And another thing is that how to manage the lamb and kid. Always you take it one important line there. The mother should be allowed to take care of the newly born lamb or kid. If that is not the case, you may go for artificial feeding, or you may go for fostering, or the animal may be guided. Okay, but at first it is the you should leave the animal at mother's disposal. Okay, and proper colostrum feeding you have to ensure. If proper colostrum feeding and milk feeding is there, 90% of your problem has been solved. Clean water availability 24 into 7. That means throughout the day there should be availability of clean water for young one. Crossing of udder area. Sometimes there will be wool. Okay, particularly there will be wool uh, in case of you. So the young one is not able to access the teats efficiently or appropriately. In such cases, you have to remove the wool in the hind quarter. That is known as crotching. If nothing works, then you have to go for artificial feeding, particularly for twiners. You have to check all these things. Okay. In case of twinner, you have to go for steaming up. It is a must. You have to for twinner, you have to go for fussing. All these things again, fussing also I will discuss under breeding part. Okay. So these are the parts. Already I have discussed all these parts earlier. Then protect the lamb or kid from exposure. Yes, if you are keeping the lamb and the ewe together, or kid and the doe together, they they will manage, and the mother will provide the warmth to the young one. Okay, and proper ventilation should be there. That is very true, or else there will be accumulation of gas, and these animals may be predisposed to different types of stress. Next, watch for unfit ewe or doe mother. Wool blackness in the mother is not able to see the young one if the wool is covering the eyes. That is very true in case of Lincoln breeds. Okay, so in that case, the mother will not allow the nourishment by the young one. So that thing you have to check. The mother should be able to see the young one. Treat with cords or mastitis. If the mother is feeling pain, how can we expect the mother to nourish the young one? So treat with cords and mastitis. You have to you have to check, you have to give treatment. Next, blind teeth, already I have told you. Control predator, if you are managing the animal in extensive condition, predator problem is there. Like jackals, dogs, they may come and they may predate upon your kids or lamb. That thing you have to check and watch for disease. If any disease condition is there, if any sign you observe, immediately you have to report it, immediately you have to take action. So if you are following these 7 or 8 points, your problem is solved. You can control lamb or kid mortality. Okay. So here we end for today. Any doubt, anything you can ask. Please.
Sir, docking of ship कौन?
Docking of ship mu asibi re. Docking of ship को जो मतलब कहनी केबे कहिछि कि अरे बाबा मु कहिछि डकिंग अफ शिप कहिछि
ना 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 है बोले.
मु कहबी ए तमर नेक्स्ट क्लास मु कहबी कास्ट्रेशन इज देयर, या डकिंग इज देयर. ओके. आई थिंक मैं स्लाइड अब विजिबल, स्टिल विजिबल ना, दिखाओ स्लाइड. अरे दिखाओ स्लाइड, दिखाओ जी.
Yes, sir.
Castration, next I will discuss docking. Okay, these are the methods I will discuss, all these methods. Ducking, castration I will discuss. Next I will discuss the some feeding part. Next is breeding and health management. Okay. After that we will finish our small ruminant. Yes, any question?
सर जो हमरो जेतरा टाबिंग बॉक्स को शिफ्ट करू जो कैटल को 2 वीक पूर्व
हां याकू कांगी
कितो
7 दिन लागो. हां
कितो जो
small ruminant is 7 days. Small ruminant is 7 days.
यस सर. यस.
Okay, it is 7 days. Because in case of cattle, yes, in case of cattle, you may what is the gestation period in case of cattle?
280 days.
280 days.
280 days.
Okay, it is always 280 plus minus 5 or 7 days. Okay, in case of sheep and goat, it is 150 plus minus 3 or 4 days. Okay, got your answer?